you guys, welcome back to the channel. We are in yet again another location, and I thought I would do a little like get unready with me while we catch up on life and what it's been like traveling for now 3 weeks. Yeah, for almost 3 weeks. I think at the end of this week it'll be the third week of us traveling. We did the week at the beach, we did the week in the mountains, and now we're actually at our friend Melena and Jordan's in Michigan. And so the boys are winding down right now, aka getting out all of their energy, and they're being a little wild. They are being 100% boys right now. And so I figured I would just go ahead and take off my makeup and we could chat. And I also figured I would tell you guys a little bit about what God has been teaching me in this season, because it just seems like he's showing me a lot. And I also want to show y'all a lot of B-roll too, because we had such a fun little day in downtown Plymouth. So cute. I'm using this oil to take off my makeup. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you know I typically use micellar water to take off my mascara at least. I love the Primarily Pure cleansing oil. I typically use that in the shower, but I'm about to use it now. So I just don't know how well it's gonna take off my mascara. I bet it'll take it off really well, but I'm just not used to it. You know, when you're doing something that you're just like not fully used to. You know what, guys? I'm gonna do this first and then I'm gonna start talking because I can't see anything. I literally can't see. Oh, hot. Oh, I think this is like one of the makeup remover little towelette things. Anyway, perfect. I used to always use one of these things and I loved it. I did not realize that was on all the way hot. Also, side note, I used to always get ready to film YouTube, and I shared this at the very beginning of the year that something I really wanted to work on was showing up more just raw and real with you guys. And so here it is. I am taking off my makeup, and I think it's so easy to just get caught up in feeling like you need to like perform or feel ready or always have the perfect thing to say. But if y'all want real life and raw, here it is. Here we are.
Nope, turn it back on. Nope, we're not going out there.
Okay, not gonna lie, I think I prefer that method so much to the micellar water. So I used the Primarily Pure cleansing oil with one of those like makeup remover towels. That got everything off. And then typically I use the Primarily Pure soothing serum that I'm out, but I just put on the soothing cream, which I typically do after the serum. But after the oil, it feels like, wow, so nice. Okay, here's the thing, you guys. Boys are being a little crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and get Noah down, and then we're gonna just like sit on the bed and have a little girl chat. Also, it's so bright outside here. The sun doesn't set till like after 9 p.m., which I think is slightly throwing the boys off a little bit. Okay, the real question is, who is actually the most obsessed with this mom cozy little cooling set?
I love it.
What did you tell me earlier when you were on it, laying on it?
Y'all, this is authentic. Like, this is just from the heart. I laid on it, on the blanket and the pillow. Have you ever been like sunburnt at the beach and your skin's just like red hot? And then you come inside your hotel room at the beach and you crawl, you take a shower.
You gotta take the shower.
Take the shower, get the sand off. And you crawl into nice, crisp, cold sheets. And it just feels like it does what it needs to do.
Yeah, it's so nice.
That's what these are like.
100%.
And I'm not sunburnt and I didn't just shower off at the beach.
But it feels that good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Noah is down. Micah is still awake. He's having a little snack over in the corner. And I know I said I was gonna have girl chat, but I wanted to have chat on here too, because obviously we're going through all of this transition and movement and everything together.
We're all in this together. Gonna get copyright struck with that voice.
I have my chocolate milk and my banana. So you know. Would you like some banana? You've been stealing half my banana every night. But before we jump into chit chat, I gotta show you guys this. You might have seen it a second ago when I was showing Chad on the bed. And you're probably gonna laugh that this has literally been traveling with us. But you guys know, if you've been pregnant before or you're pregnant now, especially if you're pregnant in the summer, pregnancy sleep is no joke. Pregnancy sleep on top of sleeping with a toddler is like extra no joke.
I'm not the toddler.
This Mom Cozy Cooling Ease set has changed the game. It is like, I gotta show y'all this little setup right here. I have like, I'm gonna let Chad show you. The comforter and the pregnancy pillow. I literally use this on our road trip in the front seat because first off, it's already hard enough to sleep in the car when you're pregnant and get comfortable, but this is just so perfect. I use it both ways during the night.
That used to be me, right there.
Sorry for the awkward angle, but it also blocks from the amount of kicks that I typically get with Micah. And so anyways, it is absolutely incredible. It has changed the game when it comes to pregnancy sleep and comfort and just like feeling cool, because I was waking up literally sweating, and to know that no matter where we're staying in this season, whether it's an Airbnb or a hotel or a friend's house or whatever, I have like my creature comforts, and I feel like that is one of the things that is just so nice to have when you're traveling, is just a little creature comfort to just make you feel at home even though you're not actually home. And so I will leave a link in the description if y'all want to check out this.
There you go.
Pardon the interruption. We had a laptop fall on the floor.
I almost woke up the whole house.
Almost woke up the other sleeping children. Anyways, I'm gonna make sure to link these products below. I just love the cooling comfort, and it also has that ergo support design, so it just is all the things in one to keep you super cozy and comfortable while you're pregnant.
Let's use some like descriptive terms here. Guys, I'm telling you, you ever been outside is a day with no clouds, just blistering sun. I'm not making this up. I'm an experienced guy.
Guys, I think Chad actually likes these products. I don't want to say more than me, but potentially more than me, because I feel like you're the one that actually gets like you get so hot,
I'm
not
like
pregnant.
I'm like a little engine in the bed.
Yeah.
Just burning up heat. But there's no clouds in the sky. UV 11 of 11. And then out of nowhere, at your back, you feel a cool breeze just like run up your spine, and you're like, wow, that's where it's at. I'm telling you, you can experience that right now by just laying down.
You sound like an infomercial.
But wait, there's more. Okay, Mom Cozy.
But anyways, we want to talk to you because I feel like in this whole transition, filming with a toddler is a whole nother level. Traveling with toddlers, a whole nother level. Actually, let's give like our best tips real quick of traveling with toddlers when it comes to like road trips and stuff like that.
You just want to go back and forth, or should I just go off?
We can go back and forth.
No expectations.
Zero expectations
You can't
is a
take mine.
great on. I will say that the road trips at this point and how old they are a little bit easier because they tend to nap around the same time in the middle of the day. And so Micah's 2.5 and Noah is just a little over 1, and they're both on one nap. And what's been so funny and actually such a blessing and something that we've learned is we feel like our family's become a little bit more nimble in this season. Like we were very set in our schedule, but I think I shared in a video recently that Micah had kind of stopped napping, and since we've been traveling and stuff, he's just been like car nap king. Like put him in the car, he's napping again. It's like wild. Something that we've realized that's been helpful for us is we'll leave on a road trip about an hour before nap time because they're typically pretty good for a little while and then they get sleepy and then they pass out, and then you hope for like an hour and a half. If it's a really good day, maybe 2 hours. And then when they wake up, they're typically hungry, so you like kind of give them a little snack, but then you take stops. And not just any stops, guys. If you have kids, you need like good stops. You need a Chick-fil-A with a playground.
Crackle Barrel.
You need a Crackle Barrel with a store that you can get like a little something that they might be excited about for the next couple of hours.
So with us having boys, we do Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply is a great one.
Yeah, because they just love to look at all the tools and all the trucks.
Books A Million was a really good one.
Is it Barnes & Noble?
Barnes & Noble. Because they have that whole little kids area and they can like run around and play. And so I think that that's like the main thing is like whatever stop you make, making sure that they can actually like get out and walk around and play and have something that they're excited about, because when you get back in the car, it's better.
I don't know why I'm feeling so musical this video, but it was just like, every stop you make.
If it's every move you make.
I know, but I'm changing it to what you're saying.
Gotcha.
That was like 15 tips.
Okay, sorry. That was a lot of tips.
Okay.
What's the other one?
Well, you just took 15 of them, so
Sorry.
I would say just try different stuff, and it doesn't work, don't take it personally, and try something else the next time. So for example, we tried driving through the night. It didn't work.
It didn't work for us. I do think it would have worked though.
I think he wants another banana. Yeah. Oh my word.
Mike.
So I would say don't be proud, try different stuff. Like Tori said, we're becoming way more flexible, way more than we thought we could be with a little family.
Yeah.
What is the Miley Cyrus run? It's the climb. It's the ride. And so like today we drove around and we found a park, but both boys were asleep, so we passed the park. Then both boys woke up and we drove back to the park. And so it's just like, have fun with it.
Yeah.
And not to get all sentimental on you all, but
Hold on, I gotta sneeze. I'm just praying I don't pee myself.
this is real. We're on our phones way too much around our kids. I'm not sure if you are or, but there's so many moments that we miss, good opportunities to spend quality time with our kids. And it's like, what is all this for if we're so stressed to get to here, to get to there, to do this, to do that, but we're kind of missing kind of the point. And so that helps me kind of push through some of those moments of like frustration where things aren't really going the way that you'd hope they go. Buddy, do you want that? Yeah? Oh my goodness.
Good morning, you guys. It's the next day, filming with Micah in the room when it was like pretty much his bedtime was not working last night. So I figured I would just come back on this morning and finish my thought because that just was not, I was like, oh yeah, we'll just have a little girl chat like used to. But again, what I've just been learning is I'm really having to just go with the flow in this season. And it's one of those seasons where we can like see the finish line. And sometimes when you can see the finish line, like you can see the light at the tunnel, it's really easy to almost get wrapped up that you're like not at the finish line yet. And like those frustrations kind of come into play. Or you can let the finish line motivate you to run even harder. And so that's something that we're kind of just navigating and working through. And it reminded me of a sermon that our pastor was sharing not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, kind of I think it was right before we moved out of the apartment, and I was like gearing up for what we thought was only going to be like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And now it looks like we will probably have been like out of a home for a month, traveling with 2 littles, 2.5 and 1. I'm now 30 weeks pregnant for almost a month, which is pretty crazy, right? And I have the option to see through the lens of Jesus and see through the lens of gratitude and see through the lens of all of these beautiful experiences that he's brought into our family's life in this season, or I can see through the lens of frustration and say it all the time, but like what you focus on, you magnify. And what my pastor was saying is in these like seasons where it's like about to be the next chapter. And I think that that's like where I'm at. It's like, I know that like chapter 2 is about to start, right? Like we're about to move into our house. We're about to welcome our 3rd child. Like I know that there's a new season like right in front of us,
but there's like this period of waiting that we're in right now. And the way in which I view it is so important. And I can either view it as a tomb or as a cocoon. And you know that when the caterpillar is in the cocoon, like so much transformation is happening so that it can blossom in that next season. Or you can look at it as a tomb and just be frustrated and nothing changes and God is not doing what he needs to do in your heart, or revealing what he needs to reveal because you're not receptive or open to that. And so, gosh, I wish I'd been doing this like perfectly. I'm here to tell you, I'm like very far from it. And it's something I'm working through. Like, honestly, every day, like throughout this transition, I have like waves where I'm like so good. I'm so excited. We're like experiencing so many things. And then the reality of the delays like hits me and I have to kind of, and it's hard for me not to focus on it and magnify it and let it ruin my day or my mindset. And Chad's been so amazing to like lead our family in this season with so much optimism and through the lens of Jesus, and making sure that we're staying focused on like all of the positives and everything God is doing and providing in this transition situation. And something else, I would encourage y'all to go and look at this. I haven't actually like fully looked into it yet. I like took notes that day at church, but if you go to like the second chapter of almost every single book of the Bible, like there's something new that happens. Like in the story of Noah, like chapter 2, it's like when the ark like opens up and like a new chapter is beginning. And just so many different like chapters where it's like, oh, chapter 2 marks like a different thing happening. But what comes right before chapter 2? And that's where we're sitting right now. We feel like we're sitting in that right before chapter 2. We're like, yes, I'm ready to nest. Yes, I'm ready to get in our home. Like all of those things. But at the same time, that's like making comfort my idol, like making routine my idol, making our rhythms an idol. And right now the Lord is teaching me to rely on him every day when there's so much unknown and I'm not quite sure what the next day will hold, or I'm not sure what nap times will look like. I'm not sure when I'll have a chance to sit down and record a video or record content, because I mean, that's literally our job, right? And so there's definitely been, just a lot of that, but there's been a lot of grace and a lot of revelation and a lot of transformation in it too. And so I just wanted to encourage you, because I know that we're not the only ones in some holding pattern or what feels like a holding pattern or a transition season. It's just so important to lean into him. I mean, even my like devotion time and my quiet time with him has looked so different, because like in a hotel room, once Noah wakes up, then the whole family's up, right? And I can't get up earlier, I'll wake everyone up. And so like my quiet time has looked so different, and it's not been as in depth as I would like it to be. And I know that when I'm not like in God's word in the morning, then I don't have my armor on and I don't produce the fruits of the Spirit like I want to. And I've just seen that in me in this season where I'm like, wow, I need to be a lot more intentional about how I'm utilizing my windows of time. Or if the kids are playing well outside, then I need to like get in the word, or I need to like put on a podcast, or I need to do something that's gonna fill my spiritual cup, so that I can operate in overflow in any and every season. And so anyways, that's just my current kind of conviction and revelation and what I'm working through personally. And I had to pop on for one more thing, because I just started reading this book, When Marriage Meets Reality. It is not out yet, but I will be posting on Instagram a pre-order link soon. But it literally went directly with what I was just talking about. And this is obviously in the view of marriage, but I feel like it goes along with exactly what we were talking about. But I highlighted a couple things and I just had to add them in here. It says, it's critical that we understand we are the only ones who determine our own perspective. No one can force us to view things a certain way. And then it says, no human being can steal your choice of what your thoughts focus on. And I'm sure you've heard it, like, don't let anyone steal your joy. And then it goes on to say, from a scriptural perspective, we need to be asking ourselves this question. So I want you to write this down because it was convicting to me, and I'm going to journal through these things as well. But it says, what if God is more interested in my holiness than in my happiness? This one got me. What if God values my character refinement over my comfort? Okay. What if all of God's purposes and all of my circumstances are intended for my holiness? Just gonna leave y'all with those. Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit random. There was like travel tips and getting unready, and your girl still doesn't have any makeup on. I'm still in my PJs, which, side note, I got these new PJs from New Flora and they're just so sweet, so cute. I'll leave the link below. Y'all should know I always have a discount code with them, so if you ever need 10% off of any of their stuff, that's below as well. Mom Cozy Cooling Comfort, it was so cute. Last night, I actually think Chad got a video because Micah crawled inside the pregnancy pillow with me. Like, it was wrapped around both of us last night. He was like, no, I definitely want to be close to mommy. And so I was like curled up on the one side, and then he is like in it as well. And I will say, Micah, ever since sleeping with us, has not been like a covers kid. Like, he always knocks the covers off of him. Like, I don't think he likes to be hot, but since having this cooling blanket, he loves it. Like, he'll literally pull it like this. Like, it's just so dreamy. So anyways, I'll have it linked below, and then where you can Google it either way. But I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if the camera is kind of unstable. It's on a tripod, but on a bed. And so every time I move, I feel like it shakes, but here we are. We're doing it. We're doing it together. Love you, Masters fam. Thanks for all your prayers, and we'll see you in the next video.